Hello, I'm Charlie Mitchell from the Starseed School, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on how things have been progressing. It's been an amazing journey supporting parents with kids who experience the world differently during lockdown, the first lockdown, the kind of bit of gap that we had in between, and then on to this lockdown as well. And I've learned a lot. It's been an incredible experience for me to meet different parents and explore where they're at and what they need to be able to support their kids effectively. And what I found is that my passion is very much about the emotional journey. It's about supporting parents with that emotional aspect. And so what I'd love to do is to have a bit of feedback from everybody about the next step that I take, because I am absolutely passionate about supporting parents, because I absolutely know that when parents are resourced and feel capable and confident, they are able to support their kids so much more effectively. And how do we get to that place? You know, we can be in a state of chaos. There can be a real challenge. It could be a crisis that's going on if our kids are really having a lot of challenge in experiencing the world. It could be that we're recovering from crisis, and that can be a whole nother sort of area. How do we actually maintain our lives after we've had a real challenge? And maybe it's about getting used to a new normal, which obviously a lot of us, we're all having to do at the moment with COVID. And then the third part for me is about that deep healing. It's about, okay, so I'm being triggered, I'm noticing that things are coming up for me. This is really impacting my parenting. It may be that it takes me to fight, flight or freeze. And how do I get over this? How do I unlock these parts of myself, and how do I heal when I find them? Because that can be a really scary and journey, and certainly it was for me when I first started. So those are the three areas that I'm really interested in supporting parents with, and then there's a whole kind of host of practical aspects that I can signpost people to, and I can also support people with the emotional aspect of that. So for example, how do I apply for disability living allowance? Well, I'm not an expert in that, and I can give you some information about where to go and how to find out more about that. But the bit I can do is support you with the emotional journey of that. How does it actually feel to apply for disability living allowance? I found it massively depressing, actually, to spend quite a bit of time focusing on my kids, the worst aspects of my kids' lives, you know, the bits that they find the most difficult and the bits that they have the most challenge with, and actually to spend 80 pages dedicated to the worst parts and the most difficult parts, and for me, the parts that can be quite traumatic, I actually found really tough. So that's the bit that I can support parents with, is the emotional aspect of these different things that the different practical things that we need to go through. Whether that is things like EHCPs, or whether that is looking to get a diagnosis, and there's different aspects. So I would love your feedback. I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know what you feel. I would love to know what would support you on this emotional journey. What would you love to have access to? What would you love to know, or what would you love to feel, or how would you like it to be, so that you can be the best parent that you can be? And how can I support you with that? Because if I can adapt what I'm doing to help you so that it's more effective for you, then I would absolutely love it. So feel free to send me a message, or feel free to fill in my little survey, and I would love to see how things evolve and see if I can support you to the best of my ability. So thank you ever so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I really look forward to hearing what you've got to say. Even if it's no, none of this is helpful, start from the scratch again. I'd much rather know what's going to support you. So thank you, and see you again. Take care. Bye bye.